Hey YouTube family, it's your girl Jazzy, getting jazzy with Jazz, and it's new, improved. So I will be bringing y'all all content, all exclusive content, every one of your best reality shows that you like. Not starting with even Love and Marriage Huntsville whenever it comes back, and it's not just any reality show. So if y'all want to have a good time with me, just like I want to have a good time with y'all, let's go ahead and get into this video. Hey, my YouTube family. Let's get into Sisters, Season 9, Episode 1, No Time to Wait. And let me gather myself because they was trying it in this episode. I'm going to gather everything that I got on. So Karen's water broke, and Fatima is driving her to the hospital. And then Karen is hyperventilating, and she says she just needs to breathe. And Andy has her hands tied. Zach's hands are up. And then breathing, and everyone is in a panic. He calls his Hudson to shoot Jasmine. Well, it's because Hudson shot Jasmine. And the police came, and the city of Atlanta are experiencing a city-wide blackout. And traffic is backed up, and Andy and Zach, they talk and all. And she says that he helped during the blackout. And Andy starts to look at Gary. Oh my God, we not finna go through this all over again. We not finna got to throw this with Gary, and Andy BS. I don't want to deal with it. I remember it from all the earlier seasons, and this just was tied and played. And Fatima helps Karen in the hospital and is told the blackout has everything behind. And this was the representative in the front. And she was very rude and very snarky and dumb and attitudinal. Too much going on. And then Fatima yells that she needs help. She is pregnant. And the staff says that we are behind. And what do you want me to do? Kick out the patient on life support, or the patient that accidentally shot herself? And then she said, we are slammed to the max. And I put the max in there because she kept saying it over and over and over. I'm like, girl, hush. And then she says, have a seat. Our beds are full. And then she said, Fatima, she was like, it took all in Fatima not to smack. I'm like, I know how them folks in the hospitals be. And Fatima said that you are burning up, and she's asking for her to call her mom. This is Karen. Karen. And she asked her to call her mom. And then the receptionist, she asked her, she said, can you get her some water? Because she needs some water because she's burning up and this and this and that. And then Sabrina, she catches Tony getting it in with Penelope. And that was from last season. On the very last episode. And then Sabrina said that we just broke up. And he just put the pen, he said he just put the tip in. And I'm like this excuse, Tony. Please, boy, please. And he said, will you just listen? Now, that's just too much. Because I'm like, oh, baby, that's just too much. And, see, this is what I'm talking about. Let me gather myself. Because Danny is talking to her co-worker, which is her boyfriend that she works with, he is telling her that either he loses his job or either he quits, loses his job, he ain't gonna be without the job, or he can go to Alaska because they offer him a position in Alaska, but he can't stay at that branch in the States. And you know how Danny is. She said, nah, that ain't gonna work. That ain't gonna work. She said, I mean, I don't do long distance. And he was just telling her, he said, well, we can just both go to Alaska with each other. And she said, we not doing that. I don't want to do no long distance, nothing. She said, Alaska is not gonna see me. Alaska ain't gonna see me. It ain't gonna see no parts of me. I'm like, ooh, Danny, please. And she also, like I say, the key thing is she said she do not do long distance relationships. And then Andy and Zach go to her apartment and she says, thanks for walking me up. And then Zach asks, is she really okay? She says that yes, she is okay. And then Andy asks Zach if he can look around and find. And I mean, he's scared. She's still scared. Excuse me, not her. He ain't scared. But Andy is still scared of, you know, the Gary stuff. Because last season, he was all about to make her marry him. If y'all remember that. So, that's what happened. And she is just a frazzle, you know, terrified. And I'm like, Gary is a piece of... I said, he's too attractive. He's too cute to be as crazy as he is in this show. And I'm like, And then she asked Zach, do you think that I need to get a pal? And then he said, no, don't let my girl influence you to get no pal. He said, you would be just fine, Andy. And then Tony said that he is glad that, going back to Sabrina and her man Tony, going back, he gonna say something and say, ooh, baby, I'm glad that you stopped me from, you know, doing what I was gonna do with her. And he said, I just put the tip in. You gotta forgive me. You gotta listen. You gotta forgive me. You gotta listen to what I'm saying. It's not, I mean, I don't want her. And I'm like, yeah, Tony. It sounds all good. It sounds good. I'm saying, Tony. It's two of them. It's a Rich and it's a Tony. And y'all gotta forgive me. Okay, we just gonna say, because he one of them, either Rich or Tony. But I got my notes and it say that he Rich. And Rich said that he is glad that she stopped him. So we're gonna go with him being Rich from sleeping with Penelope. And then Rich is pleading his case, saying that it was nothing. It wasn't nothing. It didn't mean nothing. He said they know each other. He said it was just something that I needed to get my mind out for the breakup, because you did break up with me. And I'm like, he's typical. And then he says he doesn't love her. He swears. And then going back to Danny, Tony tells Danny that he will come once a month to see her. She says that is not going to work for her. And then Danny says that she may be, if they have, she says she may change her mind if they go ahead and have intercourse. And she may feel better. Then going back to the hospital, Fatima is speaking her speech to the receptionist while Karen is in labor, and she about to just, I'm like, girl, fan, gather yourself, girl, gather yourself. And Fatima is calling Zach, and he left his phone in the car. So Fatima called Zach. She called Andy. She called everybody that she could call. Ain't nobody's phone working or nothing like that. It's probably dead because nobody can, charge their stuff because it's a blackout. No power, no nothing. And then Zach still at Andy's house, and he walked in on Andy, and then she was naked, and then they both are scrambling saying that don't tell Fatima, don't tell Fatima. Fatima cannot know about this. Fatima cannot know about this. And then Zach says, as far as I know, girl, as far as I know, I ain't see nothing. I said, no, don't do that. You're gonna be a little being suspicious if you do all that. Okay? Don't do that, Zach. Cause Fatima know how you are. We know how you roll, Zach. Okay. And then Andy, she checks her work phone. Cause she checked her phone. She didn't have no reception. She didn't have no service. She didn't have nothing. Then she checked her work phone. And then she was able to see that she had 10 or 20 missed calls and messages also from Fatima. And then the doctor finally arrives, for Karen. And the receptionist is giving pushback about her being put in room 124 or 119. Karen is in her room finally, because they got it together. Because the doctor the nurse pretty much told her, she said, look, I need her to be in this room, which is 124. And then the receptionist gonna say, but I wanted to put this patient in room 124, and I need her to be in room 119. And then she said, no, we're gonna be in room 24. And I'm like, yeah, girl, ain't nobody got time to play with like that shit. And Karen is in her room finally. And then Karen says something is wrong. And the doctor finally shows up and is being very nonchalant and unbothered and not serious about her health. And I said, okay, I see where Tyler Perry was going with this. You know how some doctors they're not serious about African American women's health. So I like that message that he was pulling, because that's exactly what this damn doctor was doing. He about pissed me off. When he was just saying, he gonna say, then he throws in, I hear you are pregnant with twins with 2 different fathers. Are either one of the fathers there? She said, well, one of them is coming. And then he was like, huh. I'm like, watch it. And then he says a lot of buzzwords, and like I said, low-key racist, and he was throwing in buzzwords all over. This baby daddy, baby mama, baby daddy, you got 2 baby daddies. I about was surprised he didn't say, do you know who the fathers are? Do you know if they really are the fathers? I said, that's crazy. And then Sabrina goes to her car to get away from her problems with Tony. And then she finally is able to gather herself, like I've been gathering myself the whole time doing this episode, because they making me gather all kinds of everything that I got on. I've been gathering myself, having to gather myself, because this is a trying episode. When I say a trying episode, it's a trying episode, but it's good. And then all at once, all the ladies, they checking their phones because the lights come back on. No blackout no more. And then the ladies, they check their voicemails. Andy, Zach, Sabrina, and Danny, and Karen's mom is at the hospital, and she's panicking, and she's talking about how Aaron is, on his way. And then she was also talking about how that doctor was just being okay. So let me just explain to y'all what he was doing. So it was just like how some doctors they say that they in it for you or whatever, but he was not treating her like a normal, you know, like if she was another type of patient or whatever, he was not treating her with no type of respect and all that. And I'm like, Karen has a lot of money. She has her own business. I have him know that she has her own business. And then I'm about surprised he ain't say, well, is her father, is her father in her life? Is she this? Is she that? Is she that? It just was so stereo. It was so many buzzwords being thrown. And all I was looking at this episode, I know exactly how that man was feeling, and I know exactly. And I'm gonna be waiting for the next episode, because I know God darn well he better not spew no racist stuff. Better not. Because, I mean, that's just the feeling that I was getting, that whole hospital scene from the receptionist that was unbothered. And, but I'm supposed to do this. We're backed up. We're backed up. Do you want me to take this patient off life support? Do you want me to take this patient, this patient, this patient, this patient? I'm like, girl, stop. Because you work at the front desk. You about a receptionist at the hospital. This bout a state/government job for you, a state job for you. So pump your brakes. Pump all of your brakes. And that was Sisters. And I think I'm going to enjoy, you know, reviewing this season, unless they start making me have to just take everything off and gather all pieces of everything. But that was Sisters season 9 episode 1. No time to wait. And that's like, oh baby, oh, let me gather myself. And I'm gonna keep gathering it. And I want y'all to have one of the best nights to ever, and a blessed night. And I have another video I think that I need to do, but I'm not sure which other video. But I am gonna do another video, but it'll be there. And I want y'all to have a blessed night until I check back in with y'all, YouTube family. And that was the video, YouTube family. Have a good night. I will be reviewing more, so just keep a lookout for my YouTube channel, and I'm gonna keep reviewing content for you. Reality shows, every reality show that you can think of that's on TV, your girl gonna be reviewing it for y'all. Bye bye, y'all have a good night. Bye, YouTube family.